All right, well, hello everyone and happy Tuesday. It's digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I hope you're having a great Tuesday so far, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or the 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your afternoon here. Now, let's talk about the weather. This Tuesday afternoon, a 48 first alert weather day has been activated for tomorrow due to the threat of storms moving into the Tennessee Valley. Let's turn over to 48 first alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis for everything we can expect for tomorrow. Brad?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We've got heavy rain on the way. In fact, 2 days of it. I guess if you add today, that'd be 3 days of it. Expecting similar conditions tomorrow morning, and then we'll see another round of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. It's first alert weather day tomorrow. Not much out there today right now, at least after what we had this morning. Some of you got clobbered with about 3 inches of rain. This is good rainfall, though. We could have some flooding out there. And as we go through tomorrow, here's our impacts. It's kind of a medium threat here. I don't expect any significant threat of severe weather. It's a low-end threat. I want to really emphasize that, even though it is a first alert weather day. We're looking at big inconvenience at times. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. around with heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning. And then 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I think 9 p.m. is probably going to be farther east into East Alabama by then. Gusty winds, heavy rain, frequent lightning. There's a low-end severe threat, which would be isolated damaging winds. Watch out for some flash flooding. Here are those threats, mostly looking at 30 to 40 plus mile per hour wind gusts with a few isolated 50 to 60. Heavy rainfall, that's a given. Small hail, we're talking maybe pea to dime size hail. And then that threat for some flooding, especially in areas that had that heavy rain earlier today. Quick look at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Again, this is Wednesday, a round of thunderstorms in the northwest corner of the state, kind of moving towards the Huntsville metro area around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then that fades away. And kind of like today, we do expect the sun to come back out. It'll get muggy, a little bit more unstable, and a cluster of these stronger thunderstorms coming in, mainly west of I-65 between 2 and 3 o'clock, and then spreading east with time. Again, these will be very prolific lightning producers, isolated damaging wind gusts, some very heavy rainfall. And this is all followed by a cold front that moves in late Thursday. That will bring about cooler weather, but also ahead of that, we will see a chance for more showers and thunderstorms again Thursday through the day. But then again, as we approach the weekend, by Friday afternoon, I think the rain should be gone. Quick look at your 10-day forecast. First alert weather day tomorrow, 86 for the high, 81 Thursday, and then a really nice Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the way. We'll talk more about it coming up at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight.
And then, of course, after that, we have First Alert Weather Extra. Make sure to tune in tonight at 9:30. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. He'll be back here in the streaming center, and he'll have all the latest on the radar as we're moving into tomorrow, the 48 First Alert Weather Day, of course. And you can watch Weather Extra wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon. You're just not going to want to miss it. But now a death investigation is underway in Lawrence County after a man was found dead in the front yard of a home Monday night. Now, Lawrence County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the home on County Road 214 in the Langtown community at 9 p.m. for a domestic disturbance. When they arrived, they located a 40-year-old man deceased and an 85-year-old man who had sustained significant injuries from an assault. The elderly man was flown to a local hospital for treatment. His condition is unknown at this time. Now, Lawrence County Coroner Scott Norwood identified the deceased as Jeffrey Blake Darnell. A preliminary investigation indicates that Darnell was the son of the 85-year-old. Investigators believe a fight occurred between the two inside the father's home, which then escalated outside in the front yard. Statements provided to investigators claim Darnell was assaulting the father with a metal rod. Officials say it was possibly a piece of rebar. The father was believed to have defended himself with a revolver, shooting his son 3 times times before succumbing to his injuries. The 85-year-old was able to drive to a nearby home where his neighbor contacted the police. Now, Darnell's body is being transported to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences in Huntsville for an autopsy. This case remains under investigation. Such a crazy story there. But now moving out to Lacey Spring, where a Lacey Spring man was arrested on multiple warrants, including production of obscene material and rape of a child. Morgan County Sheriff's Office officials say 27-year-old Austin Lee Rounds, that's who you're seeing on screen, was arrested on a total of 17 charges. Officials say the investigation, assisted by Morgan County Department of Human Resources and the Morgan County Child Advocacy Center, involved a child under the age of 15. They also note that additional charges may be possible. But now we are going to head to break, but coming up, speaking with a concerned parent in the Shoals who says many people are not stopping for school buses. Speaking with state support groups on the link between Tylenol and autism, and improvements coming to Huntsville's mid-city. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, well, hello and welcome back to Before the Four. Now, frustrated Florence father, he wants changes after catching several speeding past stopped school buses. 48's Aria Pons with the story.
A frustrated father has taken to social media over the last few years to document drivers who speed past stopped buses. He says a week into school, and now even a month into school, he's noticed plenty.
A lot of people are on their way to work or going home that's in a hurry, and they tend to not want to stop for the school bus.
Jared Colwell's son, LJ, is low-functioning autistic and rides a bus home every day. He says he's taken the issue to Florence City Council, Florence City School Board, and the police department over the last few years. Though personally, he says he hasn't seen much of an improvement where he lives.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. So I think I've tried everything I can in my wheelhouse to affect the change that's needed, and it's fell on deaf ears.
Caldwell has come up with several plans that he's shared with officials around the cities. However, he says no one will listen.
That stop sign is to make sure the traffic stops. We don't want any children to get hurt by being hit by a vehicle. That's the last thing that we want to see happen.
Police officer Joshua Mesa says the police department comes up with new approaches to safety with school buses each year, even going as far as putting officers on a few buses to monitor it and then speaking directly to a marked car lurking close by.
But we're trying some different approaches. We've tried using drones. That's what we're doing right now, is we're using drones to spot the people that are running the school bus stop signs and then pulling them over with a marked car.
Colwell's final message:
slow down, think about it if this is your own child.
Mesa says if you notice this problem in your area, to reach out to the police department. Reporting in Florence, Aria Pons, 48 on your side.
And now yesterday, President Trump made an announcement connecting Tylenol use to autism. He said pregnant women taking Tylenol during pregnancy increases the risk of autism with their child. 48's Nick Ballinger spoke with Alabama support groups and has more.
President Donald Trump has a warning for pregnant women when it comes to autism.
Taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
Following the announcement, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is now informing all doctors Tylenol can be associated with a, quote, very increased risk of autism.
Ideally, you don't take it at all, but if you can't tough it out, if there's a problem, you're going to end up doing it.
While there's no extensive research that suggests the link between Tylenol and autism, Executive Director of Autism Support of Alabama, Jenny Morris, was just happy to see the disorder in the spotlight.
We're happy as an organization that autism is being highlighted. Autism is being looked into.
Morris has a son who was diagnosed with autism. She's seen autism rates rise to 1 in 3 in every 31 people.
And back then it was, 1 in 150, and that was ghastly. Now it's 1 in every class.
Founder of Rocket City Doulas, Tracy Abney, says a lot of mothers-to-be are asking more questions about medications and what exactly they're putting in their body.
That is on most of our clients' minds. I know that is another thing that happens a lot is they're concerned about their babies and they don't want to do something wrong. And so, you can sometimes get scared that you're doing the wrong thing. And that's where you go in and you talk to the professionals who are taking care of you.
And now Huntsville city leaders say they plan to reduce the cross-section at Old Monrovia Road in Mid-City down to 3 lanes. Now crews are already planning to begin work this November, and it's estimated to take about a year to complete. The project includes more pedestrian and walking paths with a new street lighting and landscaping. Now developers say redesigning the area will certainly make it safer. Let's take a listen.
That combination will slow traffic down, make crossing the street much safer, and more importantly, create a more walkable, people-friendly environment. So right now, Old Monrovia is a 5-lane road that's really designed for cars to move through quickly. Back when Madison Square Mall was there on busy days, of course, people needed to get in and out between the mall and the circulation between the mall and Cummings Research Park just south of us.
All right, and now let's talk about the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscast. The latest on a fatal shooting in Marshall County. 48's Faith Delp will have those details coming up. Voters in Gunnersville head back to the polls today. 48's Will Eldridge tells you what's at stake. And finally, a former Auburn football great passes away. Find out who coming up in our evening newscasts. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss. And now it is time for Facebook Fun 355. What is our 48 Facebook question today, you might ask? And it is actually the same as yesterday's question. I don't know, you all just had super awesome responses, and I could not shout out all of them yesterday, so we are going to just recycle this one. Let's see, what is one subject you wish school had taught better? Let's see what you all had to say. Looks like Gabriel Cobb said critical thinking, absolutely, and analysis, absolutely. Those are definitely 2 things that it's important to have. Absolutely, Gabrielle. Thank you so much for commenting. Let's see. Andrew Martin said they need to add in finances and investments. That was a very popular comment. It seems like I was fortunate enough to have a financial literacy course that I took. It was an online course taught by Dave Ramsey my senior year of high school. But I mean, I don't think you can know enough about finances and investments 100%. Andrew, thank you so much for commenting. And let's see what else you all had to say. Aline Robinson, she said math. Oh no, never been a big fan of math. And no devices allowed in class. That means you can't have your Texas Instruments, your CX9 or whatever it was called, the TI 84 Plus. Those things came in handy, especially when I was in middle and high school. I was like, 7 times 6? But no devices allowed in class. Aline, absolutely. Math is probably the most important subject that there is in school, without a doubt. Whether I like to admit it or not, math is probably the universal language. It's what makes the world go round. So I 100% understand there. But y'all had such super awesome comments today. Thank you so much for commenting on our 48 Facebook question of the day. Thank you all for watching Before the Four. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's evening newscast. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.